Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Monster Train 2. I don't remember what we played last time. However, we have the opportunity to either play Railforged, which we have done in the past, or the new Wurmkin, well, the old new Wurmkin champion. I can't remember his name. Oh, it's right there, Echo Right. He's a slug driving a crystal. Echo Break is his spell, deal 1 damage per echo. It's not very good, but it is immediate damage as opposed to Reap's delayed damage, and Echo Break I feel like plays a little bit better into the egg meta, where instead of having to leave the echoes on the floor for the Reap, you can actually use the echoes and then have the echoes be absorbed into the eggs for hatching. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I hope we get egg right. We'll play random, and let's do it. The Noel says you should do non-dominion mode. I'm not gonna play non-dominion mode. I don't want non-dominion mode. I want the dominion mode. I want the, not soul mode. That's what it is. Pyre of Dominion, well, I guess we're not gonna be seeing his old cards. We're also Lazarus League. To be fair, I really like the equipment we have here. Strike, Trample, Gain Rage is equipment that we can put on Test Subject Alpha, which we've started with. This is an insane start to a run. We have Sap, Seraph, Pyre, Hunter, Archeon, and Spikes, Cherubs. And because we're Pyre of Dominion, we're gonna be drafting some cards, which we need because we currently don't have any way of gaining infusions or echoes on a floor. We need those back. And Hosting Kin is a really nice spell. It just does a bunch of damage, and it moves enemies around if you need it. I like that spell. Okay, Power of Knowledge. Infused, deal 20 damage for each consumed spell. We don't have anything that... We don't have a lot of spells in our deck right now, but Hosting Kin does consume, so Power of Knowledge can deal a decent amount of damage. However, Returned Soul would be nice to bring back spells that we have to consume them and to get infusions out of them. I kind of like Returned Soul here. Soul Crushing Guilt is also amazing for the days, even though it is Extract days. Trying to think, not the version of this card, but the card that is days when the enemy is damaged. I think that's a Melting Remnant card, so it's not like we can get that. I kind of like all of these. Power of Knowledge is a decent chunk of damage and it's infused, but it's expensive. I think I'm gonna go Return Soul. Friendly units gain life steal 2. That's just nice to have. One thing about the Wurmkin is that there's not a lot of heals. You can increase health. There's not a lot of heals. I think adding a bunch of heals to the deck would be awesome. Whew, this is an interesting one. First of Kin or Kinhost Carapace. First of Kin is just a big body. A 45-55 by default is very good for the early game. It doesn't scale in health, but it does scale in damage. Every time you consume a card, it gets stronger. You also have Kinhost Carapace on the other side here for ability Echoed Growth, permanent stat gain as you play echoes. But we don't have a lot of things that generate echoes right now. But with Return Soul and consuming cards, it is possible that we can do some sort of a consume build with First of Kin. So why don't we check out First of Kin? And we can take another double Test Subject Alpha infused Quick Sweep ×2. I mean, they're infused, which I like. Meat Hook Hand for the days is tempting as well, but what if we just go down on the most expensive units of all time? At the end of turn, Unstable increases. Non-banner units are deployable. Well, currently all of our units are deployable. Being able to start with Twisted Backs is kind of tempting, isn't it? Gibbo, welcome. Is there a command where I can see how long I've been following? I don't know. Is there? Exclamation mark follow age? Does it work, or did that API go down? I don't remember. The North says just click on your name. That works too. We don't have any unstable, but I also don't always want units to be deployable, because if they're deployable, they might interfere with your ability to gain deployable cards like equipment or rooms. And currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deployable units. This would be 6, 7. It's not the end of the world, but we're not gonna be playing Twisted Assistants early, but we can probably get them out. Yeah, sure. Why not? Etch, apply armor to friendly units, the Shellsmith or the Marsh Lord. Summon a Bog Chrysalis on Etch, remove shell from eggs, and apply +2 attack to friendly units. How interesting. I mean, so the third version of this champion, as long as it hasn't been changed, the third version will give you Echo cards back. Sorry, not Echo. Etch cards back, which is consume cards. It gives you consume cards back every turn so that you can keep playing your consumed cards. He's a very much consume-heavy champion. This one just applies a whole bunch of armor for survivability, but if we have lifesteal, that's less important. And removing shell allows you to hatch your units faster, and being able to get more permanent buffs is kind of nice. I think the other good thing about the Echo right here, Gibbo, thank you for the subscription, by the way, ka. The other good thing about the Marsh Lord is that you can play him as the last unit of a floor and over capacity the floor, because the egg is summoned over your floor's capacity. So you can play a bunch of units, then end with the champion, and then you get an extra egg on the floor, and you can get some really big floors with this. I'm gonna take the egg build because I like the egg build. And we've been doing a lot of talking. Let's get into the run, but there's been a lot to pay attention to. The other thing about your champion and his etch hatching is that if you etch hatch, you can hatch your egg during your turn as opposed to having to wait for the end of the turn. So we will start with test subject, I think. Although we could also start with a first of kin up here on the top floor, since we want a bigger body. This guy is quick sweep though, which is really, really good. I tell you what, I think we can probably just do something like this. So the egg gets spawned in front of him. With our quick sweep, I don't think we're gonna have too much of a hard time here, and we can get another one out, or we can get a first of kin out. I think we'll actually do that. And I do need to consume cards, which we can do. let's I don't know. Tell you what. I'll buff everyone here, and then I'll end my turn, because I have nothing else that I can actually play. But first of kin will wound this champion at the very least. I need to kill you, so yoink. I would like to give everyone life steal. I'd like to give you life steal, actually. And that gives us equipment that we can play, which on our sweeper would be nice, on our big worm friend would be nice. I can't even see his face. He has the life steal teeth on, I guess. So do I want to give our quick sweeper trample strike rage gain, or just give it to you so that when the boss shows up you can just kick his ass? I think I'm gonna give it to you so that when the boss shows up you can just kick his ass. And I'm just gonna give more lifesteal. And we'll consume another card, which is gonna be the lifesteal one, which we can't actually play because we don't have the energy. I forget that you have to still have the energy to play that. But it's not gonna matter because we are living. No more cards to draw, whatever. I mean, our units are very strong right now. We just need infinite energy. This is the perfect run if we could, well, maybe not the perfect run, but I would probably take Snecko Eye. I would probably take it. Echo Infusion, Echo Transfer, Hosting Kin. More consume cards are nice, but Echo Transfer and Echo Infusion are probably what we're gonna want. More health is good. More damage might be better. Especially considering we're gonna have sap at the end, and this is infused. I'll take the transfer. And these units are all deployable. Like a Vampire's Tooth is amazing. You just unstable. Yeah, I'll take the Vampire's Tooth. We're going heavy into the units, but that's completely okay. Speaking of, there's no way in hell we're not going in this direction. Oh, and even Plague Doctor, man. Not like we need it. Like, I really don't think we need the unstable when we have a bunch of quick sweepers, and I'm gonna make one of them large stone immediately. I'll probably make, you know, one of the infused ones large, and I can make him large tiny, or I can make a First of Kin tiny so we can have another etch unit on the floor with our champion. We can overstack a floor with lots of tiny units, which would be nice. We don't have a lot of equipment. I don't think we want a pincushion. Do we want a Plague Doctor? It's another expensive unit. We don't really need the sweep damage is the thing. I mean, it is still more damage, but you tend to want to use the Plague Doctor as a way of getting like an AoE amount of damage being done, which we don't really need. We're buffing the damage from other things. Echo Right could buff the damage of Plague Doctor, but where the hell are we gonna play Plague Doctor? We just don't have the energy for it. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. I think we skip because we already have so many damn units. And we'll take the money and then buff something here. So test subject. I think a 1 pip test subject is awesome. First of Kin might not be playable later, but I think test subject is basically always going to be playable. We could also make a test subject have like endless or something like that. So maybe we do want to make a First of Kin tiny. But assuming we get like lifesteal, we can keep the test subject alive for a long time, minus the Titan fight. So maybe we should miniaturize a First of Kin, because this test subject, they can just go out on their own floor. You know, they can be on the bottom floor weakening enemies. We can be on the top floor buffing our last line of defense. So I will miniaturize a first, and I'll probably just make this first a big tank, I think. Just give him a sizable health buff. We have another First of Kin if we want to do something else with that one. But let's make one super tanky, and then move on. -1 energy per turn. I can still deploy one of my good units once. So sure, you gain spikes. So the large stone, I can still play him, and that's the only thing I can play. But I can still play him. I mean, you know, for this fight, maybe we do want Echo Right out immediately, because, well, you know, we'll be able to play a First of Kin still. We just have to draw him and then get the egg hatched at some point. So we drew him, we'll play him, and then that's gonna be my whole turn. But he's a nice big unit. I would love to kill you. And then we just need to buff. There we go. I can infused extract, or I can try to hatch the egg. I could also just buff this guy. Let's buff that guy. Like, our top floor will be fine. Let's get lifesteal. Let's get some trample nonsense. Let's also bring back a card and consume it. Never mind, we'll shuffle. Man, energy is gonna be such an important thing if we can get it on this run, good lord. So do we want to trample? Probably. I mean, the trample might just get the kill. It probably will. All right. I don't know why we're dying now. Oh, because we were trampling and overflowing some of the damage. That's right. All right, well, that's fine. We're not really seeing our champion do anything. Right now, all we're seeing is the power of really big units. Consume and reap. Attuned extract, deal damage. Infused extract, more health. Echo infusion, yes. And honestly, explosive reaction could be a nice way of just getting some extra damage on the board. It's a targeted damage spell. But my god, we need energy. That's the number one thing we are going to need. Man, holdover is what I'm looking for here. I don't care about equipment. We need to find like one holdover. If we don't find it, we re-roll and see if we can get one holdover. Triple. Friendly units gain +3 for each rare. Consumed gain 25 gold. That's a lot of money. Because we want to consume cards on this run. I could even upgrade something with consume, but I think what I'm going to do is just re-roll and look for holdover, because a holdover echo transfer or echo infusion is going to be great. I could also gain consume and remove consume, which is not really that important. I could hold over return soul, but I think I want to hold over like an echo infusion, which is just health literally every turn. The damage might be better, but it is an extract every turn. So I'm gonna go echo infusion every turn, and we'll just buff the damage of toasting kin just for the hell of it. And then I said no to the units. Just didn't need them. Don't need them. I already have units. So we want, I think, the trample first. Because I want to be able to put that on my big sweeper down here. Do we purge? You're gonna very, very, very wound my bog chrysalis. I think we purge. I don't really care about these cards. The egg is also not really a very important part of the puzzle, so if it dies, it's like, kind of who cares? But I really want this rage going immediately, and with the trample sweep, we overflow the damage back to the front. So 35 damage on the front unit, 30... Out of the 35, 1 gets taken by the middle unit, and then 34 wraps around to the front. And then for this unit, 2 gets taken by him, and 33 wraps around to the front. So we're killing him in the front. That's incredible. It's wonderful. So let us... I'm not going to be able to kill you. I'm not going to be able to stop you from hitting the pyre for 5, but honestly, whatever. Instead, I think I will... Could buff your damage even more and just rely on you to kill the boss, which is not a bad idea. Let's play you to eat a shot, and then let's consume a card. I'll give give you some lifesteal? Give you guys some lifesteal? I don't know, you don't need it. Put it on you. I need to play more infusions on the top floor, but I need energy. That's the #1 thing that I need. All right, so we have another piece of equipment we can get. We will get our tank, finally. It took a hot minute. So I'm gonna consume this card. I'm gonna bring back another card. I'm gonna consume, this card, I guess. Get us closer to popping that top floor. There we go, finally. I would like to not take Pyre damage, and I will keep holding over this, because it'll hit 2 eggs, theoretically, when they actually hatch, which will be in 1 more consume, which I can make happen. You're gonna hit the Pyre again, though. Kind of annoying. It's gonna be real tough. I don't know if we'll actually be able to do what we want to do, not like it matters. I hate taking the Pyre damage, but there's nothing we can do. He is not quite dead. No, men, you're not quite dead. If I give you 15 health, is that enough to kill the boss? Probably. It comes real damn close. You know what, that'll do it. And now my flies are ready. I can move my flies, except I don't want to. All right, we'll heal the Pyre as we go. We're also gonna get a heal after the fight. 10 damage is not that much. Mix 5 times, randomly selecting. Multi-strike, yes. Strike unstable. I think multi-strike is awesome for what we're gonna be doing. Hook hand, first of kin, makeshift golem. On extinguish, apply armor to friendly units. Infused hook hand. I do like that for the days. I really do. The thing is, it would be mostly for bigger, annoying enemies and bosses, but still having days on demand, I think is okay. And we're gonna go for energy. Thank you. We also made a lot of money out of consuming cards, I think. Okay, Merchant of Steel. Do we need upgrades? Yes. I think we'll go that direction then. We're also gonna upgrade our champion. Instead of summoning a Bog Chrysalis, now he summons a Kinhost Vessel, which will eventually pop into a Kinhost Pupa, which is a multi-strike unit. And the Repeater is the 3rd version of the champion. Every turn, get a random consume spell in your hand. Well, one that you've played before, which is nice. It's nice to bring it back. Upgrade a unit with multi-strike. A multi-strike test subject would be awesome. Considering how strong they get eventually, that's a lot of damage, especially if we put Trample, Strike, Gain Rage on him. He could be doing tons of damage. I think I will do that, because I don't really have any other viable multi-strikes, I don't think. And Smidge Stone, we can make another tiny first of kin. But then I won't be able to re-roll. And what am I looking for out of a re-roll? I'm looking for Endless? I'm looking for, we don't need Endless because we have a holdover health up. And we have lifesteal. So maybe we'll be looking for Quick, don't need it. No, I think you just miniaturize this guy. Do it again, do it again! These test subjects, they don't really have anything to do right now, but maybe later they'll do something. We only really need one, and then the other first of kin just kind of stack another floor. Then we can duplicate. Another Echo Infusion is nice to get even more health gain. Another First of Kin is nice as a tank. And another Test Subject is nice, especially with the added multi-strike. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I don't really have any other good spells to upgrade minus the holdover, but I think, like, if we double up on the good subjects and then delete the other ones, it's a lot of power. It is. First of Kin. Echo Infusion for more HP. I think a second multi-strike large stone test subject is fine. And then we can save our money and then remove later, maybe. Draw -1 each turn. I accept this. Because the bell units are not going to survive. They will die a horrible, horrible death. So we can play a First of Kin. What else do we have room for up on this floor? We can play a Meat Hook. I like that. Then an Echo right in the back. Kinhost Vessel is in front of our dude. And we'll stack up some lifesteal up here, I suppose. Because what I really want is Trample down here, but I haven't drawn the card yet, which is unfortunate. I could consume the card that I played previously. I think we'll do that. I think I'm also going to consume this and just knock my own champion back a little bit, just so I can get him out. I mean, we have enough lifesteal. I could also knock the egg back, because the egg will, theoretically, when it hatches, it'll just come back with full health anyways. Ash and Rand, welcome. How you doing today? What's going on? Ash and Rand. Thank you for the money. Finally, we have our trample. And we have our health buff, which we should be playing, because it's good. What I am ideally looking for, the good payoff out of these infusion extract cards, is a relic that makes it so that when you extract, you actually get 1 infusion back. Then this is a net positive, as opposed to it right now just being a net neutral. Do I need to daze you? Nope. Hunting some big monsters, says Ash and Rand. Are you going to be playing any Helldivers, since it did have a new update today? I'm hearing people playing that Helldivers. Okay, buff. Maybe I'm just gonna buff the dude in the front the whole time. Let's bring back the other Insatiable Hunger. I don't think we need this many life steals, but it's just a lot to get out. I'll put up another tank. I will... Oh, the egg has been hatched. And now this guy, he's an awesome unit. He's a multi-strike 2 unit by default. That's a ton of damage, because he also applies Reap. My friends are sleeping, he says. We'll wake their asses up. I guess we will try to get another Trampler out. I guess I can get him out on this turn. We'll be sapped very slightly, but we'll get another Trample thing out. Why did that happen immediately? Oh, because it also did 5 damage. Good point, good point. Well, in that case, why don't you gain Strike Rage on your multi-strike? This is a really good, like, assortment of really everything that we have right now. This guy's almost dead. Wish I could play a spell down there, but I can't. Like, this is a kind of fantastic start that we have. I guess I can play a test subject. Buff your damage ever so slightly. Did I hear diving for democracy? Hey, if you want to play with Ashen Rand, I will probably be chilling on that. I don't know, I just haven't been in the mood for Helldivers. I mentioned it before, but I'm like, I'm Helldived out. We do not need Ancient Resonance. Our units do the job. Forgotten Trade. It is nice to gain echoes on a floor. We have to put up with the Ember Drain for a little bit. But like, do we need it? We're not really getting hit that often on our other floors, and the Quick Sweeper can deal with many of the smaller minions. So I don't really know what the payoff for that spell is, or for the equipment is. It's not going to trigger that often at the cost of 5 energy to play it in total. It's a bit rough. But the biggest cards that we have currently that give us echoes is the Insatiable Hungers. Getting our egg popped is super easy though, because the champion just does that by consuming cards. It's less of that problem, and it's more of a how do we play echo transfer? But it's not a huge problem. I think we'll go for the days, because there's a chance we're gonna want this and we're gonna need it to be playable. Remove equipment from a friendly unit and copy the unit. Replicate Array. Acid Shower. Reanimation Lab. 7/7 on summon and reanimate. So this would just be 7/7 on summon. Acid Shower is a nice AoE, but we have that. I think we'll take Replicator Ray, even though it's expensive. We're going into an expensive deck. And being able to double like a test subject right before Relentless, being able to double, you know, a 100/100 or a 200/200 First of Kin, being able to double our Pupa, you know, there's a lot of good stuff there. Pupa. But we still need to make these cards cheaper. So I think a Merchant of Magic might be in order. Although if we get super lucky, 1 energy when a unit dies, Room would be awesome, but I think I just want to go left and look for a good relic. Well, now I have to make the decision. Are we going to take Volatile Gauge? I don't know, because our units are expensive up to a point, but it's more draw, which is nice. But things like Echo Infusion and Echo Transfer are going to be annoying to play. The Hosting Kins and Return Souls will also be very annoying to play. Replicator Ray is cheaper as far as spells are concerned. Explosive Reaction. But everything else is just units, right? This is, But you know what? We have 2 test subjects. We might get one of them cheap. We have 2 Hosting Kins, or First of Kins. We might get one of them cheap. You know, we might get 1 expensive one and 1 cheap one. We can still get them played. I'm gonna take Volatile Gauge. We're still gonna need to make things cheaper, but... And now this might change my thought It really doesn't. Do we need removal? Yes, we need to remove the bad test subjects. So get them out of here. We don't want to remove Consume, although maybe we do on Replicator Ray. If we can make it -2 later, that would be perfect. So -1 in Permafrost. The problem with this is that if it is expensive, it'll stay expensive in our hand, but it still might be worth it. We could make Soul Crushing Guilt Permafrost, even if this costs 2. It's still worth playing. Holdover on this might be what we want, so we always have the ability to daze, but we're also getting through the deck really quickly now that we have Volatile Gauge, drop +2 every turn. We will be making cards cheaper because that does work. So I want things like Insatiable Hunger to just be super cheap. The best permafrost, I think, might be the Daze. Or the Replicator Ray, but I want to make this one -2 if I can. That's exactly what we wanted. -1 intrinsic. Well, we did just make Soul Crushing Guilt cheaper, so we can make it doubly cheaper. But also the Echo Infusion is a really good intrinsic card. You get the health buff going immediately, and it costs -1 every time it holds over. And we can make this one consume just because then it'll buff our consume build slightly more. Let's give it a go. Multi-strike on enemy units shouldn't matter too much. Okay, 0 cost test subject. An expensive first of kin. A free multi-striker. And a pretty cheap trample rage gain. And then why don't we play another first of kin? And then we'll play our champion. And this is gonna be the whole floor, but that's a pretty good floor. So we were able to get a lot done on that turn. These are very expensive cards right now. Let's give you guys lifesteal. It's also an infusion for the egg, but we really just need to extract. The problem is, it's tough to do. Let's smack our own champion. And then we could probably play a meat hook. Just get him out of the deck at the very least. Once units start making it up to the 3rd floor, it's gonna be easier to play all of our consume cards. It's just hard to get there. Multi-strike, and then we still have the ability to make a copy. We could copy test subject. It's not a bad idea. But we could also copy him later once the rage starts increasing. How much damage is this one? 23? All right, you know what? Now I can actually play it up here. It's weird. Hey, a free Soul Crushing Guilt. It's perfect. Unplayable, but perfect. So multi-strike. I suppose we could put that on the egg and put another stack of multi-strike on the Poopa, but it might be better to give him another thing. I mean, but we just have a ton of damage. I guess to get it out of my hand, we could play it. And then we can bring back Hostingkin to play it on this turn. So let's get that. Because then I can play it here. Pop more shell. Multi-strike. We'll hold Replicator Ray for now. Oh, I forgot to stun him, which we should do now. Funnily enough, I do have a way of killing him. It's just very annoying. Pull you forward and daze you, and then give you more health. There you go, I want the money. Vengeful Shards are gonna be really annoying because they might not be cheap. It might be very expensive. Let's get another trample equipment. And I suppose let's get a vampire tooth as well. These units are going to be, unfortunately, a little expensive to play. Okay, life steal. We want that on our tank. More trample. We want this on... I might just use it on the test subject? Like, watch this. Boom, done. Now we have 2. Oh, and it copied the rage. Yo, that's awesome. I didn't think that would happen, but that's pretty sick. And then, have a consume card. We are gonna hatch our egg. Let's give everyone more lifesteal. I think the lifesteal does go away when he hatches, but whatever. Purge on the cheap, Vengeful Shard. I just don't want to take the damage. We don't need to take the damage, so why take the damage? Hello, I'm gonna assume that you're dying. You are very close to dying. I'm surprised that doesn't kill you. That does. And then you know what, let's get another copy. And then you know what, let's, oh, I can't daze him, that's fine. Tell you what though, let's consume another card. Give everyone a little bit more damage. I like that little damage buff that you get on the champion now. Dun, 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 dun. Good, good. Bloom Burst, oh. Oh, Broken Memories infused and consume. I think we want Broken Memories. On Slay Gain Reanimate. Now that is a good payoff for test subject. It's another another lifesteal. I think we will. Also, Horrify, you know what? Horrify doesn't have a cost. It's just days. If we can make that a holdover and double stack, it's just days 2. And then I don't have to worry about extracting for days 2. Like, our units are pretty good. Technically, with Echo Infusion, we can scale at the same speed as the corruption from Dominion. If we play this once on every floor, we're counteracting the 15 corruption that we would get on each floor, as long as everyone has lifesteal. There's an exception. But I still think I like the days. I like the reanimate too. But we can just give them occasional lifesteal if we need it, theoretically. I'm gonna take the days. I'm starting to realize days is pretty good. Now, do we want to upgrade our units? First of Kin could use an upgrade. Meat Hook, maybe. I don't know if we need upgrades. Merchant of Trinkets might be better because there's some premier relics that we would be looking for. Unstable is twice as good. When you play 3 different kinds of cards, gain 1, draw 1. There's gonna be a lot of equipment, spell, and blight. So this will pay out, hopefully. Trial rewards are increased by 50%. It's a little late, because there's only gonna be 1 more trial. So this will give us 200 gold if we buy it. Yeah, so it's not the best. I think I might just save my money now. When an egg unit is summoned, remove 3 shell and apply armor 30. At the start of battle, the top floor gains 1 egg or 1 echo that cannot be removed. I like those both. I like them both. Now, I feel like we should remove. I just don't know what to remove, because our deck is actually pretty good. Like, I literally don't know what to remove. So I'll remove the Calcified Ember, and maybe nothing? Return Soul, maybe? because it's a 0 cost, it's hard to combo this now that we have the volatile gauge. But I'll admit, that was a tough decision. Granted, I think we added 2 of those at the beginning of the game, so removing 1's fine. All right, test subject. First of kin, first of kin. I like this. Yeah, this is fine. Now we can't play the other subject because we have to have room for the echo right, but we can play a grafter in the front to eat the first shot from the boss because we know the boss is guaranteed going to come up here and attack, or we could just play another test subject. But I think I want the equipment out as soon as possible. So this will be our big floor, and also, hey, instead of shell 8, it's now shell 5 with 30 armor because of our relic. Echo infusion that costs 2. Ugh. That's gonna happen though. I think we'll take the 1 damage. We don't need the Echo Infusion right now because our deck is kind of thin. If there's better things to play, we should play better things. So for instance, this saves the corruption on test subject completely, for 1. And then we can also consume a card. And then we can also... we could bring the card back, but I think that's a bad card to bring back. We just don't need it. Although it would get us closer to the egg. Oh, etches only remove 1 shell. It's still gonna hatch though, right? Yeah, it's literally gonna hatch. Don't worry about it. In that case, I will... end turn. A 1-cost Permafrost Soul Crushing Guild is worth it, so I'm not going to play it to try to re-roll the cost of the card. What I will do, though, is I'm going to give you the lifesteal, because you're going to need it. I'm going to give you the Rage, because it's kind of what you do. Although I could give the Rage to the Reaper and start getting him duplicated. I could do that right now, in fact. On strike, apply Reap 1 to all enemy units. He also hits for 30. And the boss is going to be moving up there constantly, too. I mean, you're here just to hit enemies, right? You're here to kill the cherubs. I don't really care what you do. I think I want you to get real strong. I think I want you to have multi... oh, I can't... I haven't killed the unit, never mind. Well, in that case, I think I want to give you some lifesteal, and I'll give you guys some lifesteal. And I will consume a card. And end my turn. If we stack up lifesteal on our units, they will kill the boss. I'm not worried. And a little bit of corruption is not that bad. Insatiable Hunger. Surprising. It's surprising how cheap that card has been the whole time. Well, I guess I'm just gonna do this then. There's Horrify, a little expensive. Sure, I'll give you a little bit of life steal. Can't even play this. But we are doing 200 damage to the boss, stacking some Reap. Which corruption do you have? 3. We've been doing a pretty good job of keeping the corruption off of him. Hosting Kin, let's just play this. We have another test subject that is free. I will play this. Echo Infusion is now free, much better. Replicator Ray is now playable. Kinhost Poopa has not really gotten that strong, unfortunately, but we could still Replicator Ray him and then keep buffing the damage of the unit, which we can do with the Echo. So I kind of want to do that because, like, the floor is getting pretty strong already. Return a card back to your hand. I could duplicate him immediately with Replicator Ray. Oh, and Replicator Ray can't consume, but it can become infused, but it's already infused, so I'm just gonna duplicate the unit for no reason. Although there is a reason. The reason is I'm duplicating my best unit, so I guess I'm okay with that. I like it, I like it. I guess I will play Broken Memories just because why not? I don't really need the card. I'm not consuming my good cards, so it doesn't matter. I'm drawing a significant portion of my deck every turn. The other thing is that if you duplicate your champion, you do get more damage and more shell reduction from eggs, so that is something to consider. I think I'm just gonna make another copy though. I have 4 Kinhost Pupas. All right, I'll take it. I don't really want more corruption, so stop that. I will take another echo. We don't need the echo transfer. Stop the damage. Oh, come on! How dare you? All right, we're gonna need some Pyre health at some point. If we can find another Merchant of Magic, I would like to grab a Pyre heal. I know I didn't take one earlier when it showed up, but I felt like it was more important to do other things, as it were. Let's stun you. Like, I felt that, like, it was more important to try to reroll for the holdovers that we had, the remove consume, add consume, intrinsic. Like, we got very lucky with what we picked up. That's perfect. But right now these blights are pretty annoying. But we're doing okay. 18 corruption. He lived exactly as long as he needed to. Good, and you don't have any spikes, which is perfect. Dude, the Echo Infusion is constantly 0, and I love it. Let's duplicate. Oh, I can't even duplicate my First of Kin. All right, well, that's also fine. Now the Pupas, they do burn through their lifesteal 3 times as fast as another unit, but, you know, whatever. Dun dun! Not bad. Equipped friendly units attack immediately, on strike, unstable. Consume, sacrifice, draw a unit, and buff it. Nah. So do we need energy? Energy has not been a huge problem. We definitely don't need draw. Floor capacity maybe, but I don't think so. We're playing our units on turn 1 and then not doing anything else. So I think we'll just go for energy. Merchant of Magic, Merchant of Arms. I would like a Pyre heal at this point. That's a big heal. A Merchant of Magic is nice. We don't really need sweep. The Slay Reanimate is awesome. Like, that makes the test subject immortal. It'd be awesome if we could dualism him, but we're not going to be able to, because then it would be reanimate 2. But but I do like it. We can always add lifesteal to him on occasion. We can afford to play that. Ooh, double stack is what we were looking for earlier. And now we're gonna have Bog Deep Cocoon, remove 2 shell on etch. So Bog Deep Cocoon, it's a 2 capacity egg unit with shell 12, and will summon a Bog Wurmling. Yes, I want that. I want the Marsh Lord. Marsh Lord! Yes, Days 2. Spell Chain. If we get the spell cheaply, then spell chaining something like an Echo Transfer is really nice. Horrify, I kind of just want to be cheaper. Although, we go through the deck every 2 turns. If we make it spell chain, we might be able to play it twice on 1 turn. For Days of 4. It's also a good duplicate target now that I think about it. So gain consume, I don't want these things to gain consume. Remove consume now. I mean, a holdover Echo Transfer is scaling damage, which is awesome. A holdover Insatiable Hunger is lifesteal every turn, but again, we're gonna go through the deck so fast it doesn't matter. But I'm still gonna do something, so I might as well do this. Oh, I can't even make it -1 on that Echo Transfer. How rude. I mean, I get it, because it has no cost, but come on, I know what I'm doing. Oh, it's the amalgam. It's hitting the pyre all the time. That's annoying. But that's okay. Like, I know it says Savagery's Final Assault. We're fighting Entropy, so if it was a little bit consistent, I'd be able to plan for it. Instead, it's like, good luck. This is a very, very, very good turn 1 draw. I'm not gonna put anything in front. I'm just gonna play the Echo Right and have him summon his Bog Deep Wurmling, who maybe, this is the one situation where I consider if he should be in the front, the Bog Wurmling. I'm not gonna do it, I don't think, but he makes a very good tank. He makes a very good tank. But we have good tanks, so you know what? You're gonna be here. He is huge and ugly. I love him. All right, Twisted Back and Multi-Strike. Multi-Strike we're gonna want on that Bog Wurmling. Okay, things up here are pretty much dying. Reanimate would also be very funny. I would like to kill all these units, though. How are we gonna kill all these units? Consuming 1 card kills all these units. Beautiful. I need you to have Reanimate. That's your whole job. Now everyone's dying, but I do want to keep on consuming. A lifesteal, make sure that we're taking no damage. A Horrify is unnecessary. We could play a Meat Hook. For some days, Echo Transfer, I like it. Let's play it. Could buff you, but I just want to make sure the top floor is getting strong. Pew! All right, we did get some equipment. I guess I don't want to get rid of the Reanimate, because that is really good. I didn't draw Replicate Array, but we can get that next turn. So let's equip our egg, and then we're gonna start duplicating the egg. Egg will be hatched next turn, because we have 1 guaranteed echo that can't be removed. I'm just gonna keep buffing his damage and our tank's health. I suppose I could literally hatch him right now with an explosive reaction, couldn't I? I could also bring back a card, but I don't want to bring back... I guess I could bring back Broken Memories to bring back Hosting Kin for some reason. We can play you. Let's get you out first, because I want to get you here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna consume this and play it. Because the status effects get removed as soon as we hatch, and we're gonna hatch immediately, but keep the equipment. There we go. Now he's a gosh darn monster. 141 with 60 health, but also, when we consume a card, he gets 15/15. He's another Etch synergy. He gets 15 damage, the same as the First of Kin, but also 15 health. So he's a good tank if you can keep your consume going. Which I suppose we literally could do right now. So let's pull back Broken Memories. And we can consume this to bring back like a Hosting Kin. And we can keep consuming as many cards as we can. Even though we don't really consume that many, we can still consume some. He also has Trample, so we want to buff his damage if we can, or just Replicate Array him a whole bunch, because he's going to get mighty strong. I do want you to have unlimited lifesteal though. I will Replicate Array. I will give you equipment as soon as we get more equipment. I'll keep buffing you as well. I guess I should buff him if I'm going to be duplicating him rather than buffing the tank. That kind of makes sense, I think. But we've got a lot of damage right now. Excuse me. And we're getting more damage as we keep consuming cards and keep duplicating our units. Up to a point anyways. Ah, Replicate Array, thank you. Oh, it's so good. I don't want to consume anything. I can play this, but there's no point. End turn, everything else is fine. Might as well just like, you know, stop you from hurting me. How much reanimate do we have on this guy now? 6? That's not that much. I would have thought we would have had more. But that's okay. So we'll keep buffing him, and we'll keep the regen going on up here, because why not? So we might have a problem when it comes to the Titans, because the reanimate's not enough to keep him alive. It keeps him alive until we can heal him, but he's gonna get so much stacks of corruption that I feel like the test subjects are gonna die eventually, and then we're just gonna start taking damage. We're gonna hemorrhage HP. I don't know what to do about that, except nothing for right now, and just keep hoping for the best. Although I guess that's what the daze is for. We can keep him dazed forever, and we can keep Dominion dazed, and we don't get as much corruption. So, you know, we're not screwed. It's just gonna be maybe a little annoying. You're gonna get really strong. I don't care. I'm just not gonna spike you up. Dun, 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 dun. Keep giving more lifesteal. I mean, every time we duplicate, we're getting another 200 on that floor. Ah, we took Pyre damage. Heck, I need to daze you. If I daze you and then my units die, then we're good. All right, play all the cheap stuff. So I'm just gonna daze you a whole, even at the cost of spikes. I just don't want you to do anything to me. We'll take 1 damage from this. But at least he's not gonna hurt my Pyre. Might have been able to do it without. This is weird. Might have been able to do it without even casting a spell. Why is our first of kin dying in the front? Oh, because you're gonna eventually do more than 100 damage. We're just killing you before you actually kill us. That's funny. Well, if you're one-shotting my units, tell you what, I'm just gonna daze you. All right, good luck. Yeah, even right now, it's still 99. That with the spikes, I think, was killing my unit just barely. Bloom Burst, don't need it. Consume, fill, empty with full, apply Ember Drain. Again, not as good in Monster Train 2. Because in Monster Train 1, if you made this intrinsic, you could cast it before your units. Now you don't. Now you have to deploy your units. I think I'm just gonna skip. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna skip. Although, I think I could take a mixology. I don't think we need units. I think we need spells to make them stronger and cheaper. And if I could maybe spell chain, the one I just picked, I would like that. Additionally, the duplicator, I think, has a little bit more interest. Blights and Scourges cost 0, yes. I hope this works after we draw them, but that's perfect. Gain magic power, we don't deal with magic power. Remove buffs. There's not a lot of buffs on the final fights, is there? Double Reap is interesting, but... Oh, add copies of Consume cards is amazing. Oh, and healing the Pyre. On Mixology, I will take that in a heartbeat. But yeah, I don't think we need the other stuff. Lifesteal 4. We have better days than Soul Crushing Guilt, so sure, I'll make Lifesteal 4. I don't think we need the Reap. Oh, yeah, we don't have the Pupa. He's gone. We definitely don't need him. All right, let me re-roll. I don't care if this is expensive because it heals my Pyre. I can make Echo Transfer cheaper every time it shows up, finally. And we can consume a card if we don't like it. I don't really care. We can consume Return Soul. That's something. And then duplicate and remove. Duplicate a good card. I mean, double Horrified just means that we have the easiest time of all time. Like, nothing will stop us. So I guess I'll do that. And then you know what? I don't think we need Soul Crushing Guilt. Get out of here. I also don't think we need... Oh, I already got rid of the other Return Soul. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. Well, I don't really need this then, because I don't want to bring back a card to consume it. I like my cards as they exist in the deck. Once I consume everything else, I just draw this stuff. But it's good to play it to consume it to buff my egg hatching, I suppose. Sap 10. Luckily, that's a temporary sapping. Well, we know what we're doing, getting our units out. I can eat his first attack, so let's do that. And we'll get our Bog Deep Cocoon out. I think it does cost 0, which is perfect. We'll get our life steal going. Now the first consume card gets duplicated. It gets replicated. Also, do I want to put Bog Deep Cocoon in the front to act as a tank once it gets tons and tons and tons of HP? I feel like that's completely fine. I could duplicate one and have the one in front have the lifesteal equipment, or I could just duplicate him 4 times and just have him run amok. It doesn't matter. Because I could just consume a knockback, and then basically be done. Or just play Return Soul 4 times. I think I'm gonna consume a knockback. What did I play? Echo Infusion? I don't want to consume that one. So I think I'll just end turn. My egg will hatch very shortly. Maybe like one more consume card. That'll do it. So I do want trample on test subject, but like, he can't even attack right now. He will attack with this. I do need him to have his... reanimate, but I think the rage is a little bit better just due to the sap. He's gonna get sapped up too much. So at least now he lives, and... Awesome, now he's not taking any. I'll take it, I'll take it. So I wanted to put that up here, but I think that is incorrect. I don't think we can afford that. We need him to have rage to get around the sap. And we're gonna be sapped a lot, but we have the ability to get around that with our etching, so it's not a huge problem. So we'll just keep playing cards. Friendly units gain life steal 4, sure. So if we're not gonna be using reanimate on this fight, then let's cast it so that we can duplicate our unit. We didn't draw the right card, but that's fine. And we're just gonna save the other pieces of equipment for that purpose. We can return a consumed spell, which we don't really care about, but I'm just gonna play this just to dump it, basically. We'll mix, because we can. Rage. Rage is fine. Rage, lifesteal, damage shield. It's acceptable. And with the amount of lifesteal we can give, we don't really need the ability to... We don't have to put the lifesteal equipment on him. It's not completely necessary. I would love my duplicator, which I don't have. Discard pile to your hand and make it consume. I don't want to consume those. Maybe mixology, but like, I don't know. Now, is he gonna die? He did die. But that's okay, he did a good job. He weakened the enemies. We've got another one as well. Another test subject. Oh man, oh, sneezing so much. well, I suppose we can play this. Meat hook. I should have been dazing him a long time ago. I don't want him to add more sap to my deck. Now we have to play a test subject here though, because we need the ability to get around the damage. Kill all of these 12 ones that are moving up. So that does it. And we can keep buffing up here. Hey, finally I have Replicator Ray. Why did it take so long to come around? Either way, that's a lot of damage. I guess you still sap when you're up here, unfortunately. So do we want to bring back Replicator Ray? You know what, this is a good time to finally dump this card. If nothing else. And then we can play Replicator Ray, more equipment. Keep dazing the boss, although... we can also buff and lifesteal a little bit more. We have tons of lifesteal, surprisingly. That's more than I thought we would be able to pick up. I love the Bog Deep Cocoons because they're sweep. So they are, sorry, they're not sweep, they're trample. So they're effectively a sweep, is what I meant to say. Dude, if you want to do more damage... okay, it's actually, yeah, that turned out maybe not the best. But you know what? How do I have 2 Horrifies? Did I dupe the card? I did! That makes a lot of sense, actually. All right, don't play anything else up there. Play some stuff down here. Turns out that might have been stupid. But I can daze some enemies around here. Daze. Action resolve. Triggers will still work, so let's not play anything there. I'm just gonna, I guess I'll just keep dazing people. It's not like I could have killed the unit in the back, so we're just gonna have to rely on our floors to get the job done. I think they'll be fine. Yeah, I think they'll be fine. I think we're okay. I guess I'll play this. Again, if he's just killing the 1 HP minions, I'm fine with that. All right, let's do it. Pew, pew. I love that the champion says pew pew when he's riding his crystal rocket ship. Let's do it. The Nor's least favorite fight in video game history. Ooh, a zero-cost test subject. Test subjects are just temporary, I think. When we get dazing the bosses, then I don't care if they die. But just to eat shots and eat turns early, I like them. And even Meat Hook we could play, but I think we'd be better off getting like a, even a Vampire's Tooth on him, or on maybe on this one early. Even over the damage output. I think I'd be okay with that. I think I will let, this time around, I'll let the First of Kins eat the corruption as long as possible. We'll duplicate the bogworms in the back. I think that works a little better. So we'll buff him, and we'll buff him. And the first consume card does get replicated. So we could have a hosting kin to do damage or a broken memories just to add more to the deck. We should play this. Oh, we do Horrify immediately. That's awesome. All right, well, you're not a problem anymore. I think we'll just pop a hosting kin just to get it out. Yeah, I mean, we're hatching the egg immediately. That's pretty nice. All right, my poor boy, he does need something. I think we'll give him, now that I'm looking at it and I'm realizing, oh yeah, sap, we should give him the rage growth equipment. We can keep him alive with heals for a while, You can take, well, I don't need to give you lifesteal every turn. I think we just start doubling up on this guy. Keep the replicator ray coming. Twisted assistant. Twisted ass. Sure, come out. Return a spell to the top, or actually to your hand. Well, there's spells in here that already consume, so let's get them out. Even if we don't have the cost for them, might as well just play it. Already at 17 corruption. He will not live very long. He will murder this floor and then die. Unless we can keep him alive, which we don't have the cards for, I don't think. I could give him the Slay Reanimate equipment right now. The lifesteal does it, never mind. I don't know when I'm gonna give this equipment out. If you die, you die, I don't care. I could theoretically give it to you. I feel like it'll be better once we get a lot of rage on him. Then he'll hopefully be able to keep himself alive. That's what I'm thinking. Let's stop you. This is a fight where the longer it takes, the better we are. We scale. It's not the most scaling, but it is scaling. So you're now reanimating yourself. Oh no, you're just literally taking 37 out of 38 damage. Never mind. Well, let's hopefully not worry about you then. I guess we can mix. Regen doesn't help us unless we get a reanimate, in which case it does. I could play a meat hook and keep adding more days. And then return a consumed spell. You know what, sure. I'll return consumed soul for an etch purpose. If we had an unlimited etching with like spell chain on return soul, then we could gain infinite stats. We don't, unfortunately, but that's okay. That would be the ideal play though, if we can make it work. Do I want this? Do I want this? Why are you dying? Do you need a lifesteal? Does my little baby need a lifesteal? He does. My little baby needed a lifesteal. Let's give you a reanimate. I'll hold on to the infusion. Why not? Why not? Consume. And turn. I don't really care if the Pyre takes damage because we are... I mean, we're 80 health. We got tons of time. Mother of Zerg, welcome. Hello, he says in his loudest outside voice. Hello! Eggbro! How you doing? What's going on? I hope you're doing okay! We don't want to remove the... Oh, you don't have reanimate yet. Right, we need to give you this. All right, now you'll live. I was like, we don't want to remove the reanimate triggers. No, we do. We do. That'd be fine. Are you looping? You are looping. I guess I'd rather horrify you then to stop you from gaining more multi-strike. There you go, reanimate 4. Let's daze you again. A lot of garbage gets added to my deck, but there's still a few things that we need to play and consume. And we gotta get this unit out too, which I've been holding on to for quite some time. I think they changed loop. I think loop used to be stopped by days, now it's not. Because it's funny, maybe it never was stopped? Did they change? I feel like this has changed. I feel like it's changed. Maybe it never changed, maybe it's always been like this. I feel like maybe it did. I don't know. Don't matter. Keep playing your cards. I would like to replicate a Ray again though, so I'm going to do that. There you go, quad bog wormlings. I love these wormlings. Can also consume some cards, which is nice. Now, you might need some lifesteal. Even though you are very heavily corrupted, this might keep you alive. It does. So I'll take that as a win. We do need some lifesteal up here, I think, because we are running a little bit short on life on our top floor. I would like it if you didn't die, is what I'm getting at here. But some reanimates would also help. Do you need some? No, you're working on borrowed time already. He is here specifically just to, you know, do what he can. He's got a bunch of reanimates, although he's down to 1 HP right now. With silence? Oh, he had silence from this guy. That's why we had a problem. I see. All right, well, you're still dazed for forever. I guess I'll just daze you. Have you stop hitting my Pyre? There you go, have daze 8. Keep dazing you. We're gonna lose him, but I think that's fine. He did his job. We're gonna be done on this turn anyways. Well, sorry, next turn. Next turn will be done. I wish I could replicate or race something, but there's nothing to replicate. Oh yeah, I forgot that heals my Pyre. I should play that more often. We could end this fight at 95 health if we wanted to stall it out, which I don't. All right, I love the egg build. I do. I like the egg champion, I do. I like being able to poop out 4 bog wormlings. In the past, what I've done, one way in which I've had a really nice egg build is you go with Hellhorned and you take the Transcend Imp, which will replay every summon effect. So every time you play the Endless Imp, hopefully it's endless, every time you play the Transcend Imp, you get another egg. And then if you have ascend, you can ascend the egg to the floor with the champion behind the other eggs or behind the other, bog wormlings. You play some consume cards, you get some echo, boom, you get another unit out. You pop another egg, and you just keep repeating over and over again, getting, 6 bog wormlings out on one floor. I have done that before. Unearthed remains. Gain 1 capacity and 1 echo for 2. A bit expensive, but, max echo, sure, maybe. Keeper of Echoes. Now that is a unit. One of the best units for the clan. Every time you inspire, you get +2/+1 to friendly units. If you have a floor of 7 units, that's +14/+7 distributed amongst them. If you have multiple Keepers of Echoes, they will buff themselves and each other. So if you have a floor of 7 Keepers of Echoes, that's what? +49 plus... No, it's +108/+49 distributed amongst the units. That's hard, but there's ways of duplicating units. I mean, we've had one with the equipment. Railforged can, put the card in your hand that you can replay. Not Railforged, rail beaters. No, they are Railforged. In Monster Train 1, you would put the unit essence in another unit, so you would have Inspire being put into another unit. So yeah, Keeper of Echoes is a really nice card. It keeps your scaling. I do like it. I wonder how effective it's going to be in Monster Train 2, but we'll see. Mastered cards, including First of Kin. I like playing First of Kin with the Snecko Eye Relic. I also... Did he used to be 3 cost in Monster Train 1? I feel like that might be the case. First of Kin. I'm actually going to look it up. I think he used to be... Yeah, he was a 3 cost unit. 3 cost is definitely too expensive because he's 3 pips, 3 cost. But 2 cost is a lot more playable. It is a bunch of flat stats, 45, 55. But unless you have consumed cards, he has limited scaling. But I think 3 cost was too much. 2 cost is way more playable. Very good. Very good. One more victory in the books. There are, I would say 8 billion more to go. And, oh my god, we're almost to level 8. We're 321 points shy. So be it. It was fun to play with Lazarus League again. We haven't had them in a while. Starting with test subject is stupid. It's... This unit used to cost 1. This unit used to cost 1 energy. I don't know why it released like that, but it's one of the strongest units in the whole game. It doesn't need to have good stats. It just needs to kill every small health minion over the whole run. I mean, 90% of the kills were this guy killing 1 HP or 5 HP minions. He does his job, and he does it very well. I love him. All right. Oh, hey, Steam just went offline. Beautiful. For those of you on YouTube, hey, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at the various links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.